Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Hatha Yoga. You'll need a yoga strap as well as 2 yoga blocks for today's class, and we'll get started really laid back in supported fish pose. So you can place 1 yoga block in between your shoulder blades and a second one at the back of the head. Start in a sitting position, come onto your forearms, easing your way down, and then you can use your hands to adjust the block, sliding it up a little bit if necessary. So the idea is that it supports in between the shoulder blades, and then the head is supported by the second block. Make yourself really comfortable. You can have your legs relaxed, totally straight, or there's the option to bend the knees and bring the soles of the feet together, stretching the inner legs. And once you're all set up there, you're welcome to close your eyes. As you're relaxing, try spreading the arms out to the sides like wings. So this might be an opening through the chest. And then start to deepen your breath. Long inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. And with a long exhale, bring the arms out to the side slowly. Reversing or resisting gravity, try to slow the movement. Inhale to lift the arms, let the shoulder blades spread apart. Exhale out to the sides, letting the shoulder blades come closer together. And then continue exploring these movements. And then pause at a sweet spot. You might be getting an opening through the chest, or you might be getting a massage from the yoga blocks against some knots in the spine. Just hang out at that sweet spot for a few more breaths. Relax the jaw, relax the face. Gentle tension in the core, just enough to feel comfortable in the lower back. And then next inhale, lift the arms up to the sky. And pause there on the exhale. On your next inhale, reach the arms overhead towards the back of the mat. Exhaling, bend the elbows out to the sides into a W shape. Inhaling, reach the arms straight back. And again, exhale, bend the arms, squeezing into a W. And continue a few more. Inhale, reach back, spreading the shoulder blades apart. Exhale, work the squeeze in between them, opening through the chest. A few more to go. pause at some point in the movement, whether it's with the elbows bent or reaching the arms straight back. Pause at any moment. Take about 5 more slow, deep breaths. See if you can feel the breath going all the way up into the rib cage and chest. One more breath. And exhale, bend the elbows, supporting the head with one of the hands, engage your core, roll over to one side. And then we'll move the blocks off to the side for now. And meet up in a table position. So you can bring the hands near the front of the mat, knees below hips. Spread the fingers wide, pressing through all the knuckles. And then explore relaxing the effort to let the heart come down. Try to keep your arms straight. And then push through the hands, spreading the shoulder blades. Relax the effort, lowering the chest, shoulder blades closer. And then push through, spreading the shoulder blades. And continue exploring that movement. If you'd like to try adding something to it, you can loop the shoulders up to the ears as the heart drops. And then away from the ears as you spread the shoulder blades. Up to the ears, lowering the heart. And then as you push through the hands, shoulders away from ears. And continue, a few more to go. And then sit back onto your heels in a toe squat. And we'll stretch the wrists out, making little half circles with the wrist. Come back to table. And then pushing through your hands. With an inhale, bring the right leg back. And as you exhale, bring the knee towards the right shoulder. Again, inhale, press the right heel to the sky, keeping the knee bent. And then exhale, knee towards the shoulder. Do a few more like that. Engaging the glutes, the buttock muscles. And next exhale, step outside of the right hand. You can use your yoga blocks, make your arms a little bit longer. There's also the option to fold the mat over for extra padding underneath that left knee, or you can use a pillow or a blanket, whatever you need to feel comfortable. Walk the right foot forward a little bit more, taking the knee with it. And as you inhale, explore bending your front knee. As you exhale, lean back with a straight spine. Try to straighten the leg. Again, inhale, bend the right knee, lunging. Lift the heart. And then exhale, lean back, flexing toes to shin, stretching into the calf. And continue. Inhale, bend the knee. Exhale, straighten the leg. And then explore rounding your back if that's feeling pretty good. A few more to go. And straightening the leg. Draw back through your right hip, and we'll hold the pose. Slightly turn the right hip out, and then bow over that right knee. If this hurts your back, focus on pushing into the hands instead to help lift the heart. Otherwise, you can relax the effort, folding over, bending into the arms. And with an inhale, bend your right knee. And you're welcome to place a yoga block underneath your right leg. And And as you exhale, think of engaging the core, lifting the pubic bone. You might bring a little stretch into the front of that left hip. You can also wiggle the left knee back a little bit, and then engage the glutes to push the left hip forward while drawing back through the right hip. If the balance is feeling pretty good there, try reaching the arms up. Right hand to the left upper arm bone. Very gently push back on the left arm bone. The idea is to use both the glute muscles, the buttocks, as well as the abdominal core to help stretch the front of the left hip, dropping the tailbone a little bit, or creating a posterior tilt in the pelvis. One more breath. And exhale, hands down. And you can remove the yoga block from underneath you. And take your legs back to table position. Unfold the mat. And then with the hands down, engage your core. Take that turn. And we'll press the left heel up, bending the knee about 90 degrees. As you exhale, bring the knee towards the left shoulder, outer arm. Again, inhale, lift. And exhale from the core, knee to upper arm. 3 more to go. Actively use the glutes, press up through the heel. Exhale, left foot outside of the hand. Grab your blocks, put them on the highest height. Wheel the left foot forward more, taking the knee with it. And you're welcome to pad the back knee again. Inhaling, explore bending the front knee, lunging. And then exhale, explore straightening the front leg, strong in the quadriceps. Inhale, bend the knee, exploring the lunge. And exhale, lean back, straightening the leg, option to round forward. Continue exploring with your breath a few more. Next time the leg straightens, we'll hold the pose so you can keep your arms straight, lifting the heart, or bend the elbows to help fold, your choice. And breathe, find a sweet spot, where it feels good. And so as you approach the sensation of the pose, go nice and slow. And find a stretch that you can hang out with calmly. Use your breath. Deep breathing through the nose. Long exhales. And inhale. Come back to the lunging position. The yoga block under the left hand can stay as is. Take the other block underneath the left thigh, left buttock. You may even play with wiggling your right knee further back so that the block is supporting you. This just allows us to relax a bit more into this posture. And so you can think of scissoring the legs, pressing right hip forward with buttock power while pulling the left hip back. Tension your core, lifting the pubic bone. With an inhale, lift the arms. And then push back on the right upper arm bone. And we're looking to create length in the front of the right hip in the psoas. Pressing that right hip forward, drawing the left hip back by pulling the left heel back. So a little stretch is all we're looking for. Try to hang out with it calmly. Slow, deep breathe. Three more breaths. exhale, release the pose. Slide the block off to the right, and walk your legs back to table position. And back to table. We'll lift the right leg again, press the leg straight back, and then lift your left arm, reaching it straight ahead. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, bring the arm out to the side, leg out to the side. Exhale, elbow, knee. Inhale, straight ahead, leg straight back. Exhale, elbow, knee. Bending about 90 degrees. Inhale, out to the sides with the arm and the leg. Exhale, elbow, knee. One more of each. Inhale, reaching. Exhale, elbow, knee. Inhale, abducting out to the sides. Exhale, elbow, knee. And then lowering the left hand, bring the right leg up again. Pause there and make some circles in the right hip. Try to keep the rest of the body strong and still. So you're strongly working abduction and external rotation together, using the glutes. And we'll bring that right foot forward again, just outside of the hand. You can fold the left edge over for padding, and use your yoga blocks again, wiggling the right foot a bit more forward, or take the left knee back, your choice. Same effect. Now, option to stay on the blocks, bending and then straightening the leg again. Option 2 is lifting the arms out to the sides. So as you inhale, you can bend the knee, arms out. Exhale to the lunge, forearms together. Inhale, opening up. And exhale, forearms together. And continue exploring. A few more to go. And then forearms together. From there, take an inhale to lift the arms up, look to your hands. Gradually straighten the arms, keeping the little finger edges together. And breathe. You can look up at the thumbs. Option 2, keep the head neutral. Press the hands back further, and then reach them down towards the neck. Elbows then close to the ears. Strong the core. Legs are squeezing towards each other. And then half split position. So straightening the front leg, you take the hands down to the blocks. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, fold. Option 2 is half hero, pointing the left foot. Place a yoga block inside of the ankle. And then you can sit on the yoga block and fold over the right leg. If you know you're really comfortable with that movement, you might sit on the floor instead. All of the toenails are resting on the ground outside of the hip in this position. If in doubt, leave it out and go to one of the previous variations. We'll hang out for a little bit. Go deep into your breath. In any of these forward folds, there is the option to keep the back straight, and there is the option to put a strap around the foot to make your arms longer. It's also a great way to awaken the muscles that pull back and help lift the rib cage. Inhale to lift the heart up. And exhale, release the pose, bending your front knee again. And then we'll walk the legs back to a table position. With your next inhale, bring the left leg straight back, right arm straight ahead. Exhale, elbow, knee. Keeping the bend, inhale out to the sides. And again, exhale, elbow, knee. Inhale, straight ahead, straight back, the bird dog. Exhale, elbow knee. Inhale, abducting out to the sides. Exhale, elbow knee. One more reach. Inhale, reaching. Exhale, elbow knee. Inhale, abduction. Exhale, elbow knee. Take the right hand down, and with an inhale, bring the left leg up. And we'll hang out making some slow circles in the left hip joint. Exploring depth in the movement, way out to the left, and then up to the sky. And with an exhale, step outside of that left hand. Again, we'll take the blocks to the highest height. Wiggle the left foot forward a little, or right knee back. Feel free to pad that knee. And you have options. You can inhale to bend the front knee, and then exhale to lean back using the blocks. This is the easier variation. Extra challenge, hands-free mode, exploring more depth in the lunge on the inhale. And then the exhale, reversing the movement. Lift the pubic bone, forearms together. And continue exploring. Pumps out the legs hip width or so for the balance. Think about tracking your front knees slightly out to the left, towards the little toe side. And then we'll meet in a lunging position, forearms together. Next phase, inhale, arms up. And from there, try reaching the hands down the back, elbows in, tension in your core. Pressing the right hip forward while drawing the left hip back and pressing the heel up. And breathe. Hands can press towards the back of the mat. Use your core as a counterbalance. There's a lot of core strength involved in this. Where it feels good, a few more breaths. And exhale, release. Half split position, hands on blocks. Feel free to slide your foot forward. Inhale, lift the heart. And exhale, fold, holding the pose for a while. Option 2, pointing the toes of the back foot. Place the yoga block inside of the ankle, and then sit back on the yoga block. Knees are close to each other. Option 3 is removing the block and sitting on the floor. In either of those last two variations, there's the option to take hold of the left foot or put a strap around it. Inhale to lift the heart, and exhale, slow fold. Maybe you're keeping the spine neutral and pulling back a little bit. If it is comfortable to round your back, you might integrate that near the end of the movement, but that may not be necessary at all for you. Whenever you're doing, focus on the breathing, full exhalations, slow inhalations. Few more breaths. And inhale, lift your heart up. Exhale, release the pose. We'll bend the front knee. And then move back into table position. From table, you can take the big toes to touch, knees wide apart. Press down through your hands. With an inhale, reach the right arm out to the side, opening the chest. Exhale, thread the needle, reaching underneath the left arm. Again, inhale, right arm up. And continue. As you thread the needle, you might slide the back of the hand along the floor. Inhale, reach up. If you like an extra challenge, on the exhale, you can keep your hand hovering just above ground. So this uses more active range. A few more to go. With an inhale, reach the right arm up, and then pause there, turning your right chest open for 5 breaths. You can add some big circles to that top shoulder, reaching back by the hip, towards the floor, and then forwards by the ear. And then lower the right hand down, and we'll switch. Inhale, left arm opens. Exhale, thread the needle. And continue. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, thread through, opening the chest. And a few more to go. Next inhale, lift the left arm. We'll pause there and make those big circles again. Back by the hip, forwards by the ear. Big circular movements. Feel your way through it. And then lowering that left hand down. Come back to the center. And so we'll take the hands forward a little bit more. Bring your shoulders over your wrists. And then as you exhale, slowly sit back towards your heels. Slow the movement. And as you inhale, come forward, shoulders over wrists, strong core. Exhale, sit back towards the heels. So you can keep on going with that movement. Option 2 builds on it. Inhale forward, then extra movement, exhale to bend the arms. Inhale to straighten them, exhale, sit back. They're totally optional. And keep on going, choose either variation. If you're bending the arms, you could have the pelvis hovering above ground, or you can slowly lower it, your choice. It's basically a modified push-up. And sitting back towards the heels, you're welcome to bring the hands a little bit further forward. Engage your core, tuck your chin a little bit, and breathe. Try to keep the arms straight. Hands are shoulder width or a little wider, and the hands can also press towards each other, helping the chest engage as it opens up. That creates more joint stability around the shoulder as you explore that overhead range of motion. You're welcome to close your eyes here. Focus on deep, full breathing through the nose. Bring your shoulders over your hands. With an exhale, come all the way down. And we'll meet in Sphinx pose, coming onto the forearms with the elbows a little bit forward of your shoulders. And try bringing the elbows even wider apart, wider than the shoulders. Palms on the floor about shoulder width. And just breathe here. Noticing the feeling of the breath in the belly. If this is too much for your lower back, you might explore walking your hands further forward, letting the heart come down a little bit. And then use your arms to gently pull back, opening the chest. So it's less about the low back, more about the upper back. Continue to breathe deeply, breathe slowly. Gentle effort is enough. Feel free to watch me do this next one. So I'm going to bring my forehead down, elbows out a little bit wider. So my elbows are even wider than the mat now, bent about 90 degrees. Bring the heels together, knees wide apart. With an inhale, lift the arms away from the floor, and then try to lift the knees higher. Exhale, relax everything down. Inhale, lift arms, lift knees, squeeze the inner heels. And exhale a little. So go ahead and join in. We'll do 5 more dynamically. Inhale, lift arms, lift knees. Exhale down. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale down. And you're welcome to also try lifting the head and chest. Exhale down. Try initiating from the arms first. Legs, head and chest. 2 more to go. Last one, we're going to hold for 5 breaths. Head on or off the floor, your choice. Work the upper back and work the glutes by trying to lift the knees. And exhale, slowly come down. So you can keep your left hand on the floor. Move your torso a little bit off to the right side. And then we'll roll over onto that left side, stretching into the left chest. You can also bring your right foot behind you, helping to steer the pelvis away from the ground, opening the left chest. I like to do this with my head lifted off the floor. That can cause a bit of strain in the neck sometimes, so you may want to place a prop underneath your head if you're doing that variation. Otherwise, you could have your head resting on the ground. Inhale back to center, take the right arm out to the side, move the torso over to the left. And then with an exhale, lay onto your right shoulder, stretching the chest, gently pushing through the palm. And you're welcome to place a yoga block or pillow underneath your head for support. Left foot can gradually move behind you. And breathe. Few more breaths. And then inhale back to center. Good. So you have options for the next one. You can start with your heels together just like before, knees apart, and then try to lift the knees and lift the arms. From there, next phase could be interlacing the fingers behind the back and squeezing the shoulder blades, pull through. And next step could be catching the outsides of the ankles, so 3 options. And we'll take 5 more breaths. Think of engaging the buttocks, opening the chest up. Exhale, slowly coming down. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, engaging the core, push into your hands. And then slowly sit back towards your heels, coming into puppy stretch. Adjust my mic here. So the hands can go forward, the hips can flow back. Opening into the chest. And you might also explore letting the forearms press into the floor this time. This makes it a little bit easier to activate the muscle that spreads the shoulder blades apart. So serratus anterior, the MVP of shoulders together. And keep drawing the hips back. Coming forward, slowly come onto your hands one at a time. And then we'll bring the feet out in front. Hands about half a foot behind you. And take the feet as wide as the mat, lift the chest. And windshield wiper both knees to the left side. Inhale across center. Exhale both knees to the right side. And then continue going at your own pace. You may feel the benefit of massaging the glutes into the floor, the outer hips. You may also feel a nice stretch on the inner legs or even the outsides of the hips. You may even feel a nice stretch through the chest. And then come back to the center. Bring the feet a little bit closer. And then move your hips back a little bit. Move the hips back towards the hands. And then we'll lean back about 45 degrees. Take your hands to the fronts of your knees. If you can lean back just enough that the core activates. And then try lifting the toes up towards eye level. Staying for a few breaths, strong core. Ears back over shoulders. And then slowly lower the feet down. Parallel hip width. Bring the hands back about half a foot. Loop your shoulders up and back, taking the breath in. You can stay here. Phase 2, exhale, push into your heels, lifting the hips up. Inhale, bring the hips down. And repeat 5 times. Exhale, lift the hips, dig into the heels. Inhale, slowly bring them down. Toes spreading wide. Exhale to come up. Inhale down, 2 more to go. Exhale, core and glutes working together. Inhale down, last one. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Very good. And then hands to the fronts of the knees again. We'll do a second round. Then lean back, strengthening the core. You can keep the heels rooted, or lean back just a little bit more to get the toes up and breathe. And so we're holding the fronts of the knees. You can even pull down towards you, which is a cue that's going to help activate your lats, the muscles underneath the armpits that are responsible for shoulder depression. It also has a connection to our lower core, the transverse abdominis, around the navel especially and below it. Good, 2 more breaths. And then second round, placing the feet down hip width. Bring the hands back half a foot or so. In option 1, you can stay here with the buttocks on the ground. Option 2, exhale, push through your heels, lift your hips 5 times. 1. Try to keep a squeeze between the shoulder blades as well. 2. Just enough that it feels comfortable. 3. 4. And 5. Very good. And then come back to a seated position. So we'll fold the left foot to the floor, just in front of the pelvis. Take hold of your right ankle and gently rock the leg side to side. This is called the cradle rock stretch. So you can just hold that ankle in the right hand, gently rocking side to side. If you're feeling a little bit looser in that hip, you might explore rounding your back a bit and taking the foot into the elbow crease of the other arm. If you're still feeling pretty loose there, you can put your leg behind your head. Just kidding, don't do that. That was a test. Just keep on exploring side to side. Nice, easy movement. And now try bringing that right foot outside of your left thigh. Sit up nice and tall, bringing both hands to the right knee. And then take a breath in, lift the heart. As you exhale, pull your right hand away, looking over the shoulder. Inhale, center, and repeat. Exhale, pull away. Inhale, center. Allow that right hip to turn out a little. Exhale, pull away, squeeze the glutes. Inhale, center. 2 more to go. Exhale, pull away. It's like pulling on a bow and arrow. And last one. Exhale, pull away. From there, you can look over your right shoulder and squeeze the shoulder blade. There's also the option to bring the right arm behind the back, turning the shoulder inwards, reaching for the fabric around your shirt or maybe your left hip. And then turn your head again to look over that right shoulder. Connect the breath and notice the belly expanding against the thigh, massaging the belly. Inhale back to center. Exhale, you can take hold of the right foot with both hands and see how much you can straighten the leg. That's a great way to work it. You can also play with using a strap instead to make your arms longer. It gives you a bit more freedom. So in any case, try to lift your leg up using the muscles around the hip joint. Arms are just there as little helpers. And with the leg straight, you can push out into the strap while gently pulling back with the arms. And breathe. And this can also be a really interesting pose to explore using an actual resistance band around your foot, which allows you to pull the arms back even more. Just like pulling back on a bow and arrow to strengthen the upper back and lift the rib cage. Tall spine. Good. And then we'll slowly let go of the strap. Try to find your straight spine, strong core, so lean back a little bit, about 45 degrees in the torso, and then lift and lower that right leg 5 times. 1, 2, so it's core, but it's also active hip flexion. 3, 4, and 5, very good, and release. Now we'll fold the right foot to the floor in front of the pelvis. Take your left foot. Well, the male person has arrived, so the dog is activated. My apologies. So we'll gently rock the left leg side to side. It's a great way to work it. So if you're feeling a little bit looser, you can try taking that left foot into your right elbow crease. Round the back a little bit, and then rock side to side. And the other benefit of rounding the back of these poses is it helps release some of the tension we tend to hold onto in the left hip flexor. That tension can also be reduced by using the core and using the glute muscles in most situations. That's why there's so much emphasis on glutes and core. Good. And now bring that left foot outside of the right thigh. Holding that left knee with both hands. There is a tendency to hike up the left hip, creating tension there. So try to let go of that hip flexor tension by descending the left sitting bone towards the floor, turning the head out a little bit. And then as you inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, pull back through the left fist. Inhale, return to center 5 times. Exhale, pulling back, opening the chest. And a few more to go. Following the hand with your eyes. And then on the next one, we'll hold the pose. You can stay as you work, or you can try reaching that left arm behind the back, turning the shoulder inwards to bring the hand behind the back. Take about 5 breaths. Squeezing the leg into the belly while pressing the leg out into the arm to help steer the left buttock down. Softening that tension in the left hip crease. Inhale in, come back to center, and then we'll take hold of that left foot. So you're welcome to use your hands. See how much you can straighten the leg and lift the heart. The other option is taking a resistance band or a strap, whatever you have around your foot to make your arms longer. And then again, focus on lifting the chest. So there's an engagement of the lower core and a lift of the heart. And breathe. Engaging the front of the left thigh helps to straighten the leg. If you're flexing your toes to your shin, that'll also help stretch the back of the calf. And then you can create a little bit of resistance against it by pushing the ball of the foot up into the strap, which is also a really good cue to awaken the arch of the foot. Spread the toes wide. A few more breaths. And with an inhale, lift the heart, lift the leg. Exhale, strong core, you're leaning back about 45 degrees. Then lift and lower the leg 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Very good. And then we'll bring the soles of the feet together. Tortoise pose. And have your feet about 1.5 feet forward. What's really great about this pose is it takes tightness in the hamstrings almost fully out of the equation. And as you dig your heels into the earth, drag the heart forward, sliding the hands underneath your legs to hold the shins or perhaps holding the feet. You can inhale, pull back with the arms, lift the chest. Exhale, bow the head down, relaxing the spine, even relaxing the core. And breathe, allowing the back of the spine to gently stretch out. Gentle effort in the arms is enough. And slow the breath. Long, smooth ocean breathing. Few more breaths. And inhale to lift the heart up. Exhale, bring the legs parallel. Dig your heels into the earth with the feet about hip width. And then with the hands on the front of the thighs, tuck the chin. Exhale, go halfway down with core strength. Inhaling, come up. And repeat that 5 times. Exhale, rolling down, chin tucked. Inhale, coming in. That's 2. Exhale, lean back. Inhale, come up. 3. Exhale down. Inhale, slide in. 4, last one. And 5, very good. Slowly lay down. And then laying on your back, keep your left leg bent. Bring your right foot to the sky, putting a strap around the ball of that foot. And then hold the strap with your right hand. Explore gently pulling back and engaging the front of the thigh. Then make some big circles in that right hip, taking the leg way out to the side, and then cross the center. Feel free to change directions, working with that same leg. Find it best to go out to the right, gently pulling back. And then give it slack to come back to the center. Find a big circle. And then opening to the right, pause there. Your bent knee can press out to the left as a counterbalance and focus on the front of the right thigh still engages. Deep, slow breath. Bring the leg across the center, holding the strap with the left hand. Move your pelvis over to the right edge and come into a spinal twist. So pelvis off to the right, leg off to the left, and pull back gently on the strap. As flexibility increases, you can bring your hand closer and closer to the foot, and then gradually work to straighten the bottom leg, reaching that bottom foot towards the front of the mat. Think of engaging the glutes to help roll the right thigh outwards laterally, which creates more space in the hip joint and helps us release that tension that commonly builds up in the hip crease, in the hip flexors. And that tension can be related to the way we move in everyday life. It can be related to sitting too much. It could be related to the glutes and core needing to participate a little more. These are very common human things that most people do. Today's practice was really focused on addressing these things. So if you do this every day, you might see a big change in a short period of time. It's not any one pose, it's really doing the whole practice. All movements are interrelated. And let go of the stretch, bending the knee, give the rope some slack. Come back to center. Center the pelvis on the mat, and then bring the left leg up. And loop the strap around the ball of the foot. And explore a little bit in the center, try to straighten the leg. See how it feels to gently pull back. Very slow, intentional movements. And explore making some big movements out to the left and across the center. Big circles in that left hand. All the while the right knee is bent with the right foot resting on the floor. Which gives us way more freedom to explore, keeping that left leg straight. If you find that you're working this into some knots, try to go extra slow as you approach the knots, extra mindful. So give the nervous system more of a chance to adapt, get accustomed to what's going on. So can be a little bit uncomfortable, but we move into it with muscle tone, the quadriceps active. Encouraging a thick, dull stretch across a large surface area, across the full length from the back of the leg. Open to the left and hold for a few breaths, about 5 breaths or so, keeping the legs straight. Going back to the center, move your pelvis to the left edge of the mat. Holding the strap with the right hand, exhale to bring the leg over to the right to the twist. Again, try to keep the leg straight. Bottom leg bent, unless you're super flexible. In which case you can try walking your right hand closer to the foot, and then consider introducing straightening the lower leg towards the front of the mat. Whichever variation you're in, keep on pulling back on the strap very gently. Try to keep your left leg straight, and then engage the glutes to roll the left thigh outwards laterally. Notice more length flowing up the left side of the spine. Maybe there's a release of tension around the left hip flexors, especially as the glutes engage. Deep, slow breath. Breathe into your belly. Breathe any tension you find in the spine. One more breath. And then bend the knee, release the strap a little. Come back to center, setting the strap aside. Center your pelvis on the mat with bent knees. And gently windshield leg with the legs side to side. Letting the knees back. Back to center, hugging the knees in towards the shoulders. And take a few breaths. You can keep your sacrum on the mat, or explore drawing the knees even closer to the shoulders so that the sacrum lifts off the ground. That's the lower back region around the back of the hand. You can play with that as a slow dynamic movement. Using the exhale to curl the sacrum up, and using the inhale to press it down. Welcome to make your way into relaxation. Classical Shavasana with the feet reaching to the corners of the mat. If you have some wall space in your body, you may like to try something a little different. Legs up the wall. Sometimes called waterfall or Viparita Karani in Sanskrit. So this is set up by first taking the side to the wall. So either hip will do. And you bring the legs up, bringing your sitting bones as close to the wall as you can get them. And then you'll probably find you can just let the legs relax out to the sides. There's also the option to explore bringing the soles of the feet together with the knees bent, in which case the hands can support the thighs gently. And then you may find you can completely relax the effort as you get settled in there. Go of any control over your breath. Relax the face and the jaw. Relax the roof of the mouth, just like a sense of ah. Let the whole body soften and relax. And I'll leave you to enjoy relaxation on your own. Just a minute past the hour. So thank you very much for joining me today. I hope this felt really good in your body. And I hope you get the opportunity to get lost in the woods sometime in the next few days. Thanks so much, everybody.